painting this. Well, we're painting the stair trim now. Or at least he is, not me. That's very good. But it's the last time you're gonna see the carpet on video. This carpet's gonna be gone. Say goodbye, green carpet. We are leaving the 70s. Well, technically, I guess the 90s. The 90s. Correction, 90s. We are leaving the 90s and we are entering the 2023s, 24s. We are not leaving grunge though, no. We are staying there. It is 63 degrees in here. It's way too hot for Alicia. Stage 1 is complete. We are now swimming in a sea of blue. The under carpet is next to go. And then there was none. It's all out. Some crop circles in here. Wonder what it means.
I wanted to have a moment for all the 25 years ago or however long footprints. Like that footprint is someone who was painting this house in like 1997 or 8 or something like that. Are they still alive? Where are they now? He can really put together a story. See, there was wooden things sitting here 25, 6 or however many years ago.
25.
Yeah.
1998.
Like, and then someone made a oopsie right here 25 years ago. Where is that someone today? Isn't it weird? Someone else was painting this same trim 25 years ago. Would they be pissed to know I'm redoing it? The even more crazy thought is, how far into the future is someone gonna dig up our floor and be like, what dumbass spilled that much green paint? Or why did they choose such a terrible color? Oh my God, I should leave a note under the floor if the floor guy lets me. All right, so I wrote, hi, my name is Alicia Knoll. And this is not really a sentence, but I wrote art, music, writing, and advocating for veganism and psilocybin here. Peace sign, heart, smiley face. And I wrote today's date, which is 12/26/2023. Yay! I also just put LOL with an arrow pointing at the spill and just the word love in our bedroom. I have achieved something wonderful. I have accidentally spilled paint, and God himself has made sure that the spill is naturally shaped like a penis, so I don't have to form it into one. And that, my friends, is a sign of good luck. A lovely conversation with the painters of 25 years ago.
Alrighty. That's it. We got light proof. Gotta make sure you read the manual. Alright, that's where we're at. So that room is pretty much completely done. There's one little area I gotta ask him about tomorrow. This is pretty much done. Bathroom. And then this is almost done. And then he started in there. That's the master. So we're getting there. It's, I definitely think it's nighttime, so it's a little different, but I definitely think it's a little darker than we thought. But I like it a lot. But I think maybe next time in the next house, maybe you learn now, you know? If you want it to be really, really bright, you just go a little whiter, but I still love it. I think it's beautiful, it looks great in the light. You did a good job of staggering the colors. It's a good job. Yeah.
I've been learning so much from Heidi Priebe on YouTube's videos, and I've been reflecting on kind of like ego stories that I tell myself and try to kind of force myself in life to adhere to. And one of those being a very oversimplified kind of black and white thinking sort of, I've taken magic mushroom trips that have healed traumas, so therefore I shouldn't ever feel shame again or negative emotions again. Like, I've been wanting to tell this story that you just simply trip and then it just works, and then it works from now on in life. Which, don't get me wrong, it is that powerful, and there are a lot of things. Like, I stopped mutilating my ears, which was a bad habit I used to have, instantly and never have gone back to it, and it's been almost a year. But then there's other things that have a lot of layers to it and a lifetime of programming that can't get addressed and finished and wrapped up and moved on from so instantly. So because of this story that I've taken the mushroom trips and I've faced this stuff, and there's no reason I should feel shame, and if I do, it means I'm regressing and going backwards, then I've been running from, trying to change, hiding from, disassociating from, and all that good stuff, the feelings of shame that are still here. The feelings of shame that most often arise through relating with other human beings. So last night I just free journaled like so many pages of unfiltered, not trying to control it with these stories, just how I feel and all the things I feel ashamed about, regardless of if I quote unquote should already stop feeling that way because I've already learned not to on a mushroom trip or something, but just fully writing it out. And boy, was that a relief. And I've just been practicing a lot of just sitting with my feelings and allowing them to be there and not abandoning myself in moments of lower feeling, because it's so easy to only love yourself when you're productive and thriving and on your routine, and easy to withhold that love from yourself if you're feeling really low, down, not motivated, fatigued, and all that. These feelings are here for a reason. They're here because they're being processed, because I'm on the healing path. I've dug into my traumas. It's normal, it's healthy, it's part of the process. And these feelings and emotions give me important messages about how to live my life. I'm not running from them anymore. There's no reason to be afraid of feelings. They might suck, but as I've said before, when you actually allow them, they only stick around for like 90 seconds in their most intense level, and then you already kind of feel better. Resistance makes stronger, and only ever feeling positive feelings, emotions from now on in life is not what healing is. I don't even think that's possible or healthy, and I wish there wasn't certain spiritual gurus who try and peddle as if that's even really possible. Because what happens, and maybe some of this is intentional, but they just attract all these followers of people with trauma who cope with it through escaping with fantasy, spiritual bypassing, toxic positivity. I've talked about this before. Editing self here. I think what I've been trying to articulate for a long time now is that, first of all, I've only taken like 10 give or take mushroom trips. There's still more work to do. Some people only have to do it once, only have to do it twice, whatever. I'm not one of those people. I have complex PTSD, complex trauma over basically almost my entire life, so that makes sense. What I'm really, I think, trying to articulate is that there's a big gap in my experience of how much mushroom trips have helped me and other people actually understanding that, and because they're not me, they're not taking my trips, so they can't experience it themselves, and that's why I'm writing about it instead. They're not in my body, my mind, my feelings, my life experience before trips versus after trips. It kind of sucks that there's this gap, and I want other people to see how much it works for me. And so I think because of that, I want to tell this story like, oh, you just take mushrooms and then you're all happy and all fixed, because it's a common childhood trauma survivor thing to want to convince and to want to be seen. And I feel I've realized a huge lack of recognition and being seen for who I truly am and what I truly bring to this planet of Earth. And it seems like, look, I just tripped and everything was better from then on out, and I never struggled again, and there was never any deeper layers to the trauma. I only had to face it on one trip. You know, that's a more attractive story to get people to actually believe me. It's like I want people to believe me with how truly, literally magical, life-saving, life-changing, life-altering, forever and ever this medicine is. And it really fucking, like, it's like daggers in my heart whenever people are naysayers or doubters about it, or when they're like, well, you still haven't fully healed this yet, or you still don't have a job yet, or, you know, whatever, when they kind of try to poke holes in it. It kind of activates my trauma of having my perception of reality abused, and I just like, so I'm just kind of setting boundaries with how much I share about it. I have a pretty strong suspicion that the real reason people even do this is because they're unconsciously really uncomfortable with all the things that I bring up when I talk about trauma healing and tripping and facing your traumas, because it reminds them of how they're not doing that and how much they're maybe missing out on embodying their fuller potentials of life because they're refusing to face their traumas and still being subconsciously ran by them. And so to make up for that like discomfort, they kind of try to invalidate it, poo-poo it, put it down, blah, blah, blah. I'm like 99% sure that's what's actually happening, but it doesn't make it any less hurtful or frankly triggering to, you know, my abusive perception of reality trauma and wanting to be seen and believed and recognized when, you know, loved ones do that. I would just add it might even just be more simple than that. They see me facing my trauma and they just do not want to face theirs because it is too intense. They'd rather just not think about it, you know, that kind of thing. They see me really feeling all of the feelings and really going through the harsh, at times, challenges of facing these things. And we live in this culture that would rather just avoid, suppress, not think about, pretend it's not there. And even more so than that, we live in a culture where we have to work 40 plus hours a week to even earn a living, which is a phrase I will never understand. But it's like, how can people work full time if they are processing difficult emotions that might require them to like need a day off or even more time off, and that's like not available to most people. And so there's just so much to this conversation. It's also just not valued. Facing traumas and feelings, only functioning and working and keeping going is valued. instead stopping and feeling instead of working is like looked down on. It seems like I have to tell the story that you'll never feel a negative emotion again after taking one trip or something, when in reality, like, it's healthy to feel all the emotions and they indicate things to you about your life, changes you need to make, what your boundaries are, what you do and don't want to do, what you will and will not accept, and how you're treated. And, you know, I think this gap gets even more widened because your worthiness, your sense of self-worth becomes impenetrable and impeccable when you trip. And so when people try to treat you in old shitty ways that they could get away with in the past, you like literally cannot accept it because of what you now know because of tripping. And then that can like also further widen the gap, if that makes sense. But that is a good thing. I believe in psilocybin trips more than I believe in anything, literally. Like, it's just truth. It is my reason for having faith in life, because it cuts through all the fucking bullshit and illusions and brainwashing and abuse, and it cuts through it all, and it's just truth. Like, that's probably the best way I can describe it, and truth is freedom. And I don't know why anyone would ever want anything besides truth. The immense change in my behavior, thinking patterns, I just don't have these urges for toxic behaviors that I used to. And there's still more work to do and more things to face and more layers to get deeper into. But like, I have changed so fucking, I can't put it into words. You're just gonna have to read my book in the future. I'm not going to go into the, you know, over-explaining, building a case, trying to desperately get people to believe me. I'm not doing that anymore. You know, I'm just keeping it close to the vest or whatever the fuck, although that's a police term, so never mind that. I'm just gonna keep it safe with boundaries around it, and y'all can read my fucking book in the future. Fuck you. And just saying, but all of what I'm saying now is not even touching the fact that there are still people playing out my childhood trauma currently in my life. That's obviously going to trigger me, challenge me. You know, I'm excited to find out with further use of psilocybin trips if I will get to the point where I don't get triggered by that anymore, or if I just get to the point where I'm so strong and solid in myself that I don't allow even the slightest shred of it. I don't even think it matters which one it is necessarily. Tripping hasn't given me this spiritual bypassing, toxic positivity, nothing ever bothers me kind of thing. It's just made me even more strong in my sense of justice for what I do and don't deserve, you know? It's made it literally impossible not to be true to myself, and that's a good thing. Bye-bye, angry smiley face. What's up? It's December 29th, 2023, and I did each side of that door and some of the trim here. And we're downstairs, and Keegan had done this trim here and over here and the inside of this closet. The stairs trim I finished the other day. And da-da-da-da! So I will show it when there's daylight, probably tomorrow. But look at this. The color, beautiful. It warms up the green. It looks so nice. So we have quite a bit done now, and it's really exciting. We have a new vanity that we're gonna install, and yeah, he started in the master bedroom too. And So that's progress on that, and that's like really, really exciting. Here's a better look in the daylight. It's not that bright, but hey, you can still pretty much see. How beautiful. Look at this.
Of course she goes into her room.
It goes so nice with the green, just like I knew it would. Yay, it looks perfect. How brilliant. So nice. So yeah, I might as well do a progress report while I'm at it. There's my love word for the master room. That amuses me. And he did a lot of the upstairs. He started coming in here. We're gonna remove that because it's a pee spot, so we're taking that piece of plywood out. It's not exactly finalized. We're gonna do those little edge pieces that go between the trim and the floor, which will look nice.
It's out of tune.
Well, I guess we should set you on fire then. Is that your first time playing guitar here?
Yeah.
Woohoo! What you got there?
It's a new cutting board I just made. Oh.
Bye bye, Grandma's bathroom floor.
Nope. That's just one spot so far.
Bye bye. Bye bye. My New Year's tradition, gonna open my letter from myself 1 year ago today, and then write the next one and keep it going. Can you believe it? 1 year ago, Vivi was in her kitten phase and eating paper. And now she's a good adult kitten.
Yeah. Where's the kids up top?
Come here. Let
they
me
just
see
sing?
your
Yeah.
face.
God, they almost look different.
Let me see
And
your
it's
face.
It's just the lighting.
Oh, you're so
Oh, and the
cute.
two pictures.
Yeah, wow.
Cute. You're so cute.
Uh-oh, you getting pissed?
You
You getting pissed?
guys are good